A couple of days ago, I put on socials a live Q&A and tons of people got involved, tons of people messaged. So today I'm going to be answering those questions. Apart from I'm doing it with a twist. We are in the brand new Chisholm Hunter studio. Welcome back to the Chisholm Hunter channel. My name is Harrison, as always. And today's a very exciting day. It's the day that we start filming in the new studio. This is very unfinished. It's very unclean around the back of the camera, but this is how it's going to start. And I thought, let's start with a good old-fashioned Q&A. And by the way, the perks of getting older is you start decorating things. This right here, that color is called Elephant's Breath. Don't ask me why. Okay, so let's kick off with question one, but I'm actually going to compile 4 questions into one answer because a lot of these questions are very, very similar. MK Holland asks, is the new Hamilton Khaki Field Expedition really that good? JK Harvey 1 asks, which is better, Hamilton Khaki Field Expedition or Hamilton Khaki Field Murph 38? Watch Bex asks, is the Hamilton Khaki Field Expedition your new daily? And also, we have a final one from Watches and Wax, who asks, is the Hamilton Khaki Field Expedition a gimmick or great? Thinking of getting one. So obviously, with that said, the Hamilton Khaki Field is a very exciting watch to people. It's a very exciting watch for a couple of different reasons, and one is the affordability aspect. This has become my new daily wearer, my new daily beater. And there's a couple of different reasons. One is it doesn't break the bank. 2 is it's simple, it's small and dainty, and it fits my active lifestyle. Now, this is gonna be a bit weird, but if you look at my hands right now, they're blistered, they're scarred, they've literally got chunks hanging out of them, and it's because I'm doing a lot of climbing at the moment in the gym. I go to a climbing gym. And whenever I'm at the climbing gym, I don't feel too bad about wearing this model because it's awesome. The next question is from Truffle de Mammoth, and he says, so your name isn't Chisholm Hunter? No, my name is not Chisholm Hunter. My name is Harrison Brown, and Chisholm Hunter is the business. I don't want to turn this into a plug, but the question was asked. If you're looking for your next diamond or luxury watch, you know where to go. The next question is from Patrick O'Loyd, and he said, what is yours and Drew's Grail watch? I think my watch, my Grail watch at the moment, and it's been my Grail watch for a while, has to be the Vacheron Constantin Overseas Everest Edition. I have such an affiliation to photography and videography, being a videographer and photographer, and I have such an affiliation to the photographer that collaborated with Vacheron for that project. And to top off the fact that Corey Richards' picture of Mount Everest is on the back of it, I mean, there's just so much about that watch that is absolutely stunning. But Drew, get around here. Get around here now. I'll turn this around for you.
So mine's is Flying Tourbillon AP Royal Oak. Purple as well.
Purple
yes,
dial.
purple as well.
Does the Rock not have a frosted gold one of them?
I think he does, yeah. I'm nowhere near the Rock, but you know.
Come on, a couple of pounds, we can get the frosted gold one. Next on the questions list is from Michael Krabby. Oh, Michael, how are you, sir? I've worked with Michael for years with Grand Seikos and Seiko. He is a fantastic gentleman. So what is your perfect Sunday? I've never been much of a drinker. I've never really got my high off of drinking. I'm more of a wake up at 3 in the morning, climb a hill, see sunrise, come back, eat a cake, fall asleep on the couch kind of guy. I think the real name for it is just getting old. Ray_Queck says, how old are you? I am 26, just turned 26 quite recently, and please don't mention it again because I'm so sad about it. Agreenwell1 says, how do you define a dress watch? A dress watch is something that you wouldn't wear in a sports scenario. This is a field watch, so you wear it out in the field. A dress watch is something you wear to charity dinners, graduations, special occasions. I would define a dress watch as something that you would wear with a suit or something extremely smart casual, probably erring on the side of more the smart bit of smart casual. Just to summarize on that point really, really quickly, because I think my ADHD just kind of ran away with me there. I think that a dress watch's beauty comes from how fragile it actually is. I think because dress watches can only be worn on certain occasions, that's what makes it an occasion to wear that watch. So you get excited when you can wear that watch when you wear it for special occasions. That made sense in my head. What's the biggest flex watch you would ever consider buying? Asks Chris Raman. Chris, that's a great question. Let X be the general population. This is the general population that understands watches, that knows about watches, but aren't genuine enthusiasts. Let's say their knowledge goes from the Holy Trinity. You've got AP, you've got Patek, and maybe Vacheron if you're lucky. This is the watch enthusiasts. People that actually enjoy watchmaking, that enjoy the process of watchmaking, that understand movements, that are really nerdy when it comes to details. Us, for an example. To the wider population, a Rolex Daytona Platinum Baby Blue would be a flex watch, so to speak, because everyone understands it and everyone knows it. But if you were to walk into an event, a watch event, with a Rolex Daytona Platinum Baby Blue, a lot of them would have seen it. It wouldn't be as big a flex. So maybe bringing in something a little bit more unknown to one of these events would be a bigger flex. Let's say you bring in, let's have a think about this. Let's say you bring in a Vacheron Constantin Overseas Tourbillon to one of these events. That's rare. That is bound to catch people's eyes, and that's bound to catch watch enthusiasts' eyes. I think that a flex watch, when it comes to the general population, is very different to a flex watch that comes to watch enthusiasts, because the watch enthusiasts know the intricacies behind each brand. Nitin Suni, I really hope I'm pronouncing that right, says, what's special about Grand Seikos Spring Drive movements, and what are your thoughts on that? Grand Seiko movements, Spring Drive movements are essentially, imagine them as a hybrid car. You've got the best bits of battery operated and you've got the best bits of automatic crammed together. Now it's a little bit more complicated than that, but in essence, it's a hybrid car. Purists don't like this. Purists across all niches don't like this, because they don't like bringing new technology and combining it with old technology. Purists, when it comes to cars, don't normally drive hybrid cars. They drive just engine, diesel, petrol-powered cars. Normally they go for older models because they're purists. A lot of people within the watch industry are a little bit older, and they are purists, and they should be purists, because the quartz crisis, the battery-operated watches crisis, pretty much wiped out most automatic watches. So a lot of people don't like quartz watches, and a lot of the purists only like automatic watches. So bringing them together is something new, it's something that hasn't been seen before, but I think that it's something that will spread. I think just as we've seen electric cars coming into play, everyone kicked up a fuss about them at the start, but they're starting to get used to them. The infrastructure is starting to be built, they're starting to understand them a little bit more. I think they're brilliant watches. I am more of a purist. I do like automatic watches, but I can respect the technology involved. And as such, I actually do own a Grand Seiko. _skogis_ said, would you visit Sweden in the future for watch videos? Yes, is the simple answer. Chisholm Hunter, along with myself, have big plans for 2024. And one of the big plans is to pretty much implement my passion for photography and videography in the watch niche in other countries. So just watch this space. Something really exciting is happening, and honestly, this has taken me 3 years to get here, 3 years to build, and 3 years to actually put in the foundations of what we're going to do next. And it's really exciting. Matty Mac 13 says, do you sell your photography? Some of those Northern Lights shots look amazing. Yes, the Northern Lights were amazing, Northern Lights are amazing, and it's quite hard to make the Northern Lights look bad on camera, so I can't take any credit for that. It's just, I was in the right place at the right time. I don't sell my photography. I actually used to sell my photography and my video work, but when I got into watches, I kind of steered away from that a little bit. I do still love photography, I do still love videography, and what you'll see over the next couple of weeks and years is the studio becoming a shrine of all my photos that I've taken, all my favorite photos. Photography for me is capturing a memory, and it's a gateway into that scene, into that environment. When I look at a photo, it's almost like a door, it's a window to being there again, and it's something that I just love, and I think that's why I got into videos in the first place. Also, I think it's why I got into watches in the first place, but that's a totally different story. Amin.Salmi says, what's the plan for 2024? Both Harrison and Chisholm Hunter. Thank you very much. There's lots of personal questions coming up. The plan for me is quite simple. Keep reviewing watches, keep doing what I love to do, and keep building this incredible watch community that I'm so proud to be part of. In terms of Chisholm Hunter, we have so much exciting stuff happening. As I was saying, it took us 3 years to implement the kind of structure in order to make this fully functional and work. So now you're going to see quality above all else. You are going to see some incredible watch brands, incredible watch content, and also just incredible cinematography with an amazing team. Not to mention the podcast, the Into the Mind podcast, which is a whole nother thing. Mr. Pumps, honestly, I thought that said Mr. Poop for a while. Mr. Pumps says, do you wear your Apple Watch or still wear your Apple Watch? No, I've never owned an Apple Watch. I never will own an Apple Watch. I know that I did a little bit of a ranty video about said Apple Watch, but I can't get on board with the technology. I don't like the fact that I'm trying to cut down my screen time on my phone or on my laptop up there, and I would have a phone in essence strapped to my wrist. It doesn't compute with me, so I will never own an Apple Watch. Mark my words. The next question is from DadHat2023. He says, does the Helium Escape valve cause problems wearing the Omega Seamaster on your right hand? That's a great question. I'm actually left-handed, so I've worn it on my left hand for like years, but I will go and get it right now, and let's test it out. Do you ever get it when you stand up and your bladder must move in a certain way, and then all of a sudden you really need to pee? That's just happened to me. So, in terms of wearing it on my right hand, I've always worn a bracelet, a Chisholm Hunter bracelet. This isn't a plug, this is just always what I've done. So, I've never really worn my watches on my right hand, but just putting it on the wrist at the moment, it doesn't seem to have an effect. Even if I'm to... doesn't seem to have an effect. I suppose if you wear the watch in the bone, it might dig in a little bit, but seems okay to me. Agree N Well 1 says, what does channel success or success with the channel look like in 5 years from now? That's a great question. That's a really fantastic question. I love the community aspect. I love genuinely talking to you guys about a common passion, but also working with other creators. I love the fact that I could go to Banff with Adrian, spend a week with him literally talking about watches, talking about cameras, nerding out over details. There's no other people within the world that you can do that with. There's not many of us watch guys about. So to bring us together to talk about a common passion is really what I love to do. And also it breaks that fourth wall. I feel like with me, especially when it comes to events, I'm a really anxious guy. I'm honestly uncomfortable around people. I always have been. It's just a introverted thing. But if I know that you're a watch guy and I can talk to you about a watch, for some reason, that stress and that weight, that anxiety is lifted because I can have a conversation about something that I know a lot about and I know that we can talk about. And I just love building that community aspect. So I think the goal with the channel is to start bringing people together in a big way. Chisholm Hunter have 29 stores throughout the UK. This isn't a plug. You'll understand why I'm talking about that. They have 29 stores throughout the UK. And I think we can utilize each of these stores to bring watch creators and the watch community together across the UK. Rameawad01, I'm sorry if I've pronounced that wrong, says, thoughts on the green Omega Aquatera 41 or the Aquatera in general? The Aquatera in general is definitely the more dressy option to the Omega Seamaster. I am a big fan of the Aquatera. Would I ever get one? I'm not sure. Because I have an Omega 300, I think that I would like a dressy watch from another brand just to make a more full watch collection, if that makes sense. If I had enough money, I probably would get one. And that is all we have time for today. I just want to take this time to do two things, actually. To firstly, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And also, thank you guys so much for helping us get to this point. To helping us get to the point where we can have our very own studio, for subscribing, for watching these videos, for supporting this channel through thick and thin. You guys have been there. So I just want to seriously say thank you so much.